Hey everybody, Carrie Bowman here, professional certified life coach. And yesterday I did a really frazzled video, and I got a ton of comments and feedback from it. And I'm glad that so many people could relate to feeling really out of balance with my schedule and feeling like I've taken on too much, and how do I problem solve? But more importantly, how do I not get into that position again? What I have found, both with working with a ton of clients and just my own personal experience, is that I tend to create these habits around all different things in my life, and then, just like a habit, I keep on repeating it over and over and over. And every time I kind of have this notion that I'm going to be able to do it better, or I'm going to be able to show up differently, or there's going to be some kind of different outcome. And then every time that there's really not a different outcome, or there's not a sustainable outcome that's different, because we can often have different outcomes for a little bit. I can always change things up for a little bit, but if I don't really get creative and resourceful and really do things in a different way, if I don't approach things differently, well, that's not sustainable. That's the biggest thing that I see with people in trying to change, is that the change that they're trying to create is not sustainable. So we really have to figure out, how can I put into place things that are going to work for me long term, that are sustainable? So the big thing that I hear and that I talked about yesterday was this feeling of way too much on my plate, saying yes to way too many people, agreeing to way too many work commitments, not getting enough sleep, constantly kind of running around on the go. You probably have heard this, the saying, you hit the floor running in the morning. I mean, there's not a worse feeling than your alarm clock goes off and you're on, and your mind is going, and you're trying to just get everything done. You're just trying to juggle a million things at once. And honestly, and you know this, I don't have to tell you this, there's absolutely nothing fulfilling about that. I mean, basically, it's this huge amount of busyness that we're in all day long. And at the end of the day, we might have accomplished a lot of things. Maybe we actually were able to follow through and get everything off our list, but was it a meaningful day? Was it a fulfilling day? I can tell you that when I have days like that, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel in the present moment. I'm not slowing down enough to appreciate anything. All I'm trying to do is get somewhere. All I'm trying to do is get past something, is to get things checked off my list to get going. So when it comes to scheduling, just bare bones scheduling, a lot of people know intellectually what they need to do to schedule. They know that they need to block off time. They know that if they don't actually schedule things for themselves, whether it has to do with their own work or their own self-care, that it's not going to happen. Again, we often know what to do, but sustainably, it's nothing that either A, we keep on doing, but the biggest problem is that we can't, what's the best word I could use here? We don't know how to protect that time. And so we can have these wonderful schedules all day long that if we could stick to that amount of time for ourselves, that'd be fabulous. It'd be great if I could stick to my little blocks of time, and even if they're really small blocks of time, they don't have to be anything really huge or anything. But the problem is that those blocks of time just get cast to the side. And a lot of the reasons why is because we don't protect them. So how do you protect your own time in the midst of a really crazy world and really crazy schedules and people that might be constantly coming into your office or calling you on the phone or expecting you to be responding? Or, I mean, now with phones and texting and emailing, we kind of have this notion that people should be instantaneously responding to us. So what happens if I don't respond right away? A lot of people get really worried about that. How am I going to be perceived if I don't text someone back right away? What are they going to do? What are they going to think? So a lot of protecting our scheduling comes down to what are your boundaries around scheduling? I mean, seriously, what do you allow into that space? If you have, say, even a 30-minute block of time, well, you got to ask yourself, if I'm not following through with that block of time, what is getting in the way of that block of time? What am I agreeing to while I'm in that block of time that's taking me out? Do I need to turn my phone off? What helps a lot of people is email. Turn the email off, turn the phone ringer off, all of these technological distractions all the time, and then we're putting out fires. So, the texting, the social media, the email. And again, you don't have to do it all the time, but if you're really going to create these little segments or pockets of time to get your own work done, or to actually read something, or to just be still, you can't have this all coming in. So the biggest thing I want to ask you is, how do you protect your time? Have you found anything that works? My gosh, please share. I could use that. My clients could use that. I mean, it comes down to, again, we have all these strategies, but it's really about how do I stick to my strategies? How do I sustain these strategies? Because in the long term, what happens is that we do it for a week or two, and then we kind of begin to fall off. And then we start checking email again, or we don't schedule the time, or someone's having a bad day and we say, screw it for ourselves, and then we're going to go do something else. And again, it's all balance. It's not going to always be black or white. We don't want to approach things in a rigid manner. It's not that it always has to be no matter what's going on that this time is for me. But if you really want to accomplish things in your life, the most successful people structure and schedule their time all the time. And they're really, really good at it. Which topic? I'm not sure what you're asking. If you want to type in a little bit more, I can tell you. I am a little all over the board, so it is possible that I am talking about lots of topics. But yes, successful people, again, not in a rigid way, but in a really present and conscious way, they structure their days. They usually wake up early and they have a really profound, doesn't have to be complicated, but meaningful routine for themselves. They have times throughout the day that they only do certain tasks. So many of us are always multitasking all the time, and we feel like we're getting a lot of things done, but we're really not. Successful people have a really clear idea of what they're going to be doing, when they're going to be doing it, and they protect that time. So give some thought to, how am I structuring my days? Am I all over the place? Am I multitasking all the time? Am I protecting my time? If you're not, okay, not a problem, but why? Why are you not protecting that time? Why are you allowing other people or other things to infringe on your time? Because no one's going to protect it but you. No one's going to do anything for your time other than you. So if you have any great strategies that you want to share, we could always use the help. If you found this magic bullet, please inform all of us right away and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.